listen, Arnold, Beverly wants you to go with her. She said you're a great conversationalist.
Jonah, it's just that I know how Lexi feels about you, and this was the perfect opportunity.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a romantic candlelight dinner down at the end of our dock?
Go with that, baby.
I take care of 2 kids, cook, clean, do the laundry, and have to convince your father his hair is synthetic.
Oh, but I owe you an apology for how I told your father about your private life back then. It was wrong under any circumstance, and I am truly sorry.
But where is this coming from? Because just a day ago, you didn't want to talk about Dimitri or the money, and now you want us to look for it.
What if the actress you've been watching for 3 decades on your favorite sitcoms told you she's never been funny a day in her life?
Yeah, acting was never on my radar at all.
I guess it works out that way, right? It's like...
Yeah.
My name is less interesting than yours. I have my Instagram is Tammy Townsend 10, and that's because there are 9 other Tammy Townsends before me.
Born on August 17th, 1970 in Los Angeles, California, Tammy Townsend entered the world with a dream that had nothing to do with acting. While most kids her age were playing outside, 9-year-old Tammy was obsessed with one thing: becoming a professional dancer. She wanted to move like the stars she saw on television, specifically on Sonny and Cher's variety show, where the duo would sing and dance under the bright lights. Tammy's mother enrolled her in dance classes, and the little girl from LA thrived. She performed in recitals at shopping malls, trying to recruit other kids to join her dance studio. But at one of those small performances, a woman running an acting workshop approached her mother with an offer that would change everything. Would Tammy like to join an acting class? That simple question redirected the trajectory of her entire life. But what nobody knew at the time, not even Tammy herself, was that the path to stardom wouldn't be quick. In fact, it would take 9 brutal years of rejection before she finally broke through.
I used to tell people that so I could get a job. Actually, Robert gave me a gig because I said, I'm your cousin, right?
In 1985, at just 15 years old, Tammy landed her first television role on Different Strokes, playing Sarah.
Hey, listen, Arnold, Beverly wants you to go with her. She said you're a great conversationalist.
The show was already iconic, and working opposite Gary Coleman was both thrilling and terrifying for the teenage actress.
Well, that was actually my first job ever on television. And Gary Coleman was lovely to me.
Gary Coleman, the seasoned child star, took the nervous teenager under his wing. He gave her pointers on how to tighten up her performance, how to hit her marks, how to make the camera love her. It was a masterclass from someone who had been doing it since he could walk. But here's what most people don't know about that experience. Decades later, when Tammy attended a comedy club, a comedian friend shouted her out from the stage and mentioned Different Strokes. Her reaction?
He shouted me out and he was like, yeah, she's been around for a long time. And he mentioned Different Strokes. And I was like, no.
That's right. The show that launched her career is also the one she'd rather forget. Not because it was bad, but because time has a funny way of making us cringe at our younger selves. From 1985 to 1994, Tammy auditioned for everything. She went to workshops, she took classes, she studied theater, she learned the rhythm and art of auditioning itself, because that's a skill most people don't realize actors need to master.
There was one lady who was running an acting workshop and she thought it was cute and was like, would you like to join? And that's kind of how it started.
9 years of hearing no. 9 years of almost, but not quite. 9 years of wondering if she'd made the right choice. Then in 1994, everything changed. Tammy landed her first regular television role as Wendy Reardon on the NBC daytime soap opera Days of Our Lives.
Well, that's good because I'm not interested in a relationship either. I like my freedom.
She played the character from 1994 to 1996, and suddenly, America knew her name. Soap operas are brutal. You get your script the night before, sometimes the same day. They make constant changes right before you shoot. You have to be on point because they have a set amount of time per scene and they have to make their day.
There were a couple times I had a couple bad days and I wasn't able to retain my lines and I got basically taken to the principal's office.
Tammy had a couple of bad days early on where she couldn't retain her lines. The producers called her into what she describes as the principal's office and basically told her her to get it together. She had a choice: fold under the pressure or rise to the occasion. She rose. In 1995, while still working on Days of Our Lives, Tammy booked another role that would become one of the most iconic of her career: Greta McClure, Eddie Winslow's girlfriend on the ABC-CBS sitcom Family Matters.
Wait a minute. Aren't you gonna do to him what you do to my other dates?
What's that?
Oh, you know, take his picture, get his fingerprints.
Family Matters was a cultural phenomenon. The Winslows were America's family, and Steve Urkel was the breakout star who changed the trajectory of the entire show. Tammy appeared in 8 episodes as Greta from 1995 to 1998, and to this day, that's what people remember her for.
What people remember me from. They're like, are you still acting? I'm like, yeah, I'm still acting.
She wasn't even a regular on the show, just 8 episodes, but people still stop her on the street decades later, asking if she's still acting. And here's where it gets interesting. Jason Williams, the former NBA player turned podcast host, met Tammy years later and had a confession to make.
This woman is just too beautiful to be playing on this show, period, but be playing Eddie's girlfriend.
Jason's jealousy was real. He couldn't understand why someone as beautiful as Tammy was cast to play Eddie's girlfriend on a family sitcom. But that's the thing about Tammy. She's always been more than just a pretty face. She's a trained dancer. She's a singer with a hit single under her belt. She's an actress who can pivot between genres with ease. After Family Matters, Tammy's career exploded. In 1997, she landed the lead role in the comedy film The Pest.
How was your sorry white Latin buttocks last night?
Hey, baby, easy with the nag and I.
You missed dinner with my parents last night, Ted.
She appeared in the Brady Bunch movie, which grossed $46.6 million. She guest starred on Living Single.
I've been thinking a lot about you in the last few months, Obi, and when I got this job offer in New York, it felt like fate.
Quantum Leap.
Mama did. And you know what? I think she was happy to be free.
According to Jim.
Okay, I gotta admit you do have some great moves. So, what are you doing tonight?
All right, you know what? I don't need your pity.
CSI Crime Scene Investigation.
To make a driver's license, it's just a matter of downloading the template and uploading a photo. But it's against the law.
And countless other shows. But let's talk about her music career for a second, because most people don't even know Tammy can sing. Tammy performed the hit single One Kiss from the Preacher's Kids soundtrack.
One kiss, one touch, then it lets.
She's worked with music industry legends like Branford Marsalis, Tank, Gerald Albright, Norman Connors, Tamia, and guitarist Kevin Eubanks from The Tonight Show. She even toured with singer-songwriter Eric Benet.
Music has changed so much, and the music business is even harder and even more competitive.
The music business is even harder and more competitive than acting. The work is less steady, so Tammy stuck with acting, but never abandoned her first love, music. She's been thinking about coming out of retirement, but she wants to be strategic about it. In 2015, Tammy landed a role that would introduce her to a whole new generation. Kira Cooper, Zendaya's mother, on the Disney Channel sitcom Casey Undercover.
What if they're holding something over Marissa's head? I mean, most traders aren't born, they're leveraged.
Holding something over Marissa's head? Let's be honest, everything is over Marissa's head.
Working with Zendaya was an education in itself.
But Zendaya is really funny. Like, she's really, really funny. And also she has the ability to do all these different accents.
Disney is known for grooming child stars, teaching them how to handle interviews, how to carry themselves, and how to navigate fame. But Zendaya didn't need much help. Even as a teenager, she was a powerhouse. She could sing, act, dance, and do accents with ease. Tammy watched her do a Mrs. Doubtfire type role in one episode and knew immediately, this girl is going to be a superstar.
She's incredible. She's an incredible, awesome talent. A lot of them don't come around like that. Like, you know what I mean?
And she was right. Zendaya went on to star in Spider-Man, Euphoria, and became one of the biggest names in Hollywood. But back when they were filming Casey Undercover, Zendaya was just a talented kid with unlimited potential. And Tammy got a front row seat. But let's talk about what really makes Tammy different from most actresses in Hollywood. She's not just an actor. She's an outdoor enthusiast who lives for adventure. Tammy loves snowboarding, not skiing. She tried skiing, but couldn't get along with snowboarders on the slopes. She goes up to Utah all the time to a place called Solitude, where snowboarding isn't allowed. She loves hiking, four-wheel driving, and flyboarding. She's an adrenaline junkie who happens to act for a living.
I played all kinds of sports, flag football, baseball, all that. And then as an adult.
And when she's not working or outdoors, she watches documentaries. Travel is one of her biggest passions. She recently went to Croatia. This woman is living her life at full throttle, and she's not slowing down.
In 2020, Tammy landed what would become one of the most significant roles of her career. Billy on OWN's critically acclaimed drama Queen Sugar, created by Academy Award-nominated filmmaker Ava DuVernay and executive produced by Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, but I owe you an apology for how I told your father about your private life back then. It was wrong under any circumstance, and I am truly sorry.
Set in rural Louisiana, Queen Sugar tells the story of the Borderland family, 3 siblings navigating life, love, loss, and legacy.
Tammy's character, Billy, is the daughter of beloved family friend Prosper Denton.
She returns to St. Josephine for the first time in 20 years to care for her ailing father. And soon, secrets from her past are revealed. Working with Ava DuVernay was a game changer.
I'm just very grateful that I was able to be a part of it, and Ava was able to cast me, and she's very hands-on with the show.
Ava has a keen eye for pulling the best out of each actor. She understands that everyone is motivated differently, and she tailors her direction to each person's personality. Tammy only got 2 weeks with Ava during the final season, but those 2 weeks left a lasting impression. And then there was the day Oprah invited the entire cast to her home for a final feast.
We were, we had great Southern food. It was at her home, and it was an amazing experience.
Tammy brought her mother. They ate great Southern food at Oprah's house, broke bread, and talked about the show. It was surreal, it was magical, and it was the perfect way to say goodbye to a series that meant so much to so many people. But here's what people don't talk about when they talk about Queen Sugar: how brutal the shooting schedule was.
When you're on location and you're nowhere near your trailer, you just have to get napping wherever you can. If it's standing up, get the nap.
Tammy had a 10:45 p.m. call time one night and didn't get off until 10 a.m. the next morning. That's over 11 hours on set. And it wasn't just once, it happened multiple times. When you're filming outside in freezing cold temperatures for that long, humor becomes essential. You need someone to keep morale high, and that's exactly what Deon Cole did when they worked together later. After Queen Sugar wrapped its 7th and final season in 2022, Tammy landed a starring role opposite Deon Cole in the BET Plus series Average Joe, which premiered in 2023.
So our daughter's boyfriend, the sweetest kid that I have ever met.
Wasn't.
His father is head of a Russian crime family, and your dad, Teddy, was his drug mule. So $10 million from him?
Average Joe tells the story of a man who discovers after his father's death that his dad was working for a drug lord and had been skimming off the top. Now the drug lords are coming to collect, and his whole life and his family's life is turned upside down. They're doing things they never thought they'd do. Tammy plays Deon Cole's wife, and working with him was a breath of fresh air.
There were no egos involved, nothing like that, and we just kind of sailed through. It was really, really funny, and there's times where it was a really brutal shoot.
The first thing Deon said at the table read was, "This isn't my show, it's our show. I'm not the star, we're all the stars." That kind of ensemble mentality made everyone's performance better. And during those brutal night shoots, Deon's comedy kept everyone going. He always had something funny to say, and it kept morale high. Now let's talk about something Tammy revealed that shocked a lot of people. On the Hot Flashes and Cool Topics podcast, she opens up about her personal life and some surprising truths about herself. She's not married. She's been in relationships, most notably with American actor Kevin Eubanks in 1995. Ebony magazine even named them one of the top 10 hottest couples in 1996. but that relationship ended. She later dated actor Carl Payne from The Cosby Show, but that didn't work out either. And here's the bombshell. Tammy revealed that she struggles with something most people would never guess.
It's so funny because I am not funny weird because I'm such a tomboy.
That's right, Tammy Townsend, the woman who's been making us laugh for 3 decades, doesn't think she's funny. She's a tomboy who loves sports, but she doesn't follow them. She knows the big names like LeBron and Steph Curry, but that's it. But here's something even more shocking. When Jason Williams started talking about sports on his podcast, Tammy admitted something that made everyone in the room do a double take.
And I know Steph Curry, I know these guys, but if you start to get, I don't know.
Me, you know me.
Imagine that. Jason Williams, a former NBA star, sitting across from an actress who has no idea who he is. But that's Tammy. She's not impressed by fame. She's not starstruck. She's just living her life, doing her thing, and staying in her lane. As of 2025, Tammy Townsend's net worth is estimated at $6 million. She's earned that through decades of consistent work in television, film, music, and endorsements. She's also made smart investments in real estate and launched business ventures using her personal brand. But money isn't what drives Tammy. What drives her is the work, the craft, the challenge of becoming someone new with every role. On the Hot Flashes and Cool Topics podcast, Tammy talked about what it's really like to be a woman in Hollywood, especially as she gets older.
These women have proven themselves. They have great resumes. You know, they shouldn't be sitting here in an audition. You should offer them these roles.
Before the whole movement to elevate women, work was slowing down for Tammy. The roles were better quality, but there were fewer of them. She'd go to auditions and see famous women in their 60s auditioning for the same roles she was auditioning for. Women who should have been offered those roles outright, based on their resumes and their talent. And she noticed something else. Hollywood pairs 60-year-old men with 30-year-old women all the time. But women like Tammy, women like Jennifer Lopez, who turned 52 and is still rocking a bikini, women who are aging better than ever, Hollywood doesn't know where to put them. They don't know what to do with middle-aged women who look incredible, who are talented, who have staying power. So they lump all women over 40 together and make them audition for the same roles. That's why Tammy coined the term middle-ageless.
I've coined this word as, when we say middle age, I say middle-ageless.
Middle-ageless. Not middle-aged, because that implies being past your prime. Middle-ageless means you're in your prime time. You're living your best life. You're not done. You're just getting started. So what's next for Tammy Townsend? She's starring in Average Joe on BET+.
I'll step back for a minute, but you got to tell me, how we gonna get out of this?
She's thinking about releasing new music. She's producing content through her own production company. She directed and co-wrote a short film called The Counselor, which is streaming on All Black.
I did, and I co-wrote it with my writing partner, Stephanie Beatty. It's called The Counselor, and it can be seen on All Black.
She's starring in another Jenkins family Christmas movie directed by Robin Givens.
I'm your sister. He was my daddy, too.
This is a family affair, and I do not know you. You're not welcome here.
Where she shows up unannounced and raises hell, just like that one family member everyone has. Kim Coles is in it too, and you know when Kim Coles and Tammy Townsend are in the same movie, it's going to be good. Tammy is an incredible, gorgeous actress who doesn't seem to be aging at all. She's had some ups and downs, but through it all, she stayed true to herself. She didn't dim her light. She didn't let rejection break her. She didn't let Hollywood tell her she was too old or not right for the role. On the Imagination Upgrade podcast, Tammy shared what keeps her going through the hard times. The hardest part of being an actor isn't the long hours or the night shoots or even the rejection. It's keeping your morale up between gigs. It's staying focused. It's knowing your worth when the world is telling you you're not enough. Tammy Townsend is proof that you can come from Los Angeles with a dream and build a 40-year career in one of the most difficult industries in the world. She's proof that you don't have to be the biggest star to have staying power. She's proof that middle-ageless women are unstoppable. And she's not done yet. At 54 years old, Tammy is living her best life. She's snowboarding in Utah. She's flyboarding in the ocean. She's hiking mountains. She's traveling the world. She's making music. She's directing. She's producing. She's acting in projects that matter. And when people ask her if she's still acting, she smiles and says yes, because she's been acting her whole life and she's just getting started.